Hi, my name is Emily Zimmer, and I am a session musician for Tunedly. I specialize in guitar, bass, and mandolin. How I would describe myself as a musician, I guess I never really thought about it, but I'm probably the nutty, crazy person who does everything. I compose music. I've got a bunch of compositions I would like to use for sync licensing opportunities, among other things. I teach music. I teach private one-on-one lessons in person and online under the name Fret Planet. I write songs both as a solo artist and for the band that I front, which is called the Zimmer Effect. And of course I do a lot of session work. And I'm also for hire as a touring and live guitar, bass, or mandolin player. I do that quite a bit. Genre-wise, I would say my specialties are anything in the rock veins, as well as R&B and soul and folk and hard rock. But I do and can branch out into country, a dash of metal, some hip-hop, some electronic. I mean, a lot of different styles, as well as I studied jazz and classical music in college. I joined Tunedly after doing some research on the company and kind of what they do. Session work led me there, but what I liked about Tunedly in particular was that they offer a lot of different services for musicians and songwriters. For example, you can come in just as a songwriter. Maybe you don't play every instrument under the sun at a professional level, but you've got some great song ideas. Maybe all you have is a shred of an idea or just lyrics. And Tunedly's session musicians and mixing and mastering engineers turn it into something really, really professional. So you come in with hardly anything and you leave with a very, very professional recording that you can do whatever you want with. You can shop it to major label artists. You can put it on major streaming services. You can make the album of your dreams. You can pursue sync licensing opportunities. You can do whatever you want with it. There's a lot of options, and Tunedly actually understands how the music industry of today works. People I have worked with, well, some significant ones I think would be the Laura Lorenz Band. I did some international touring and some recording with them. They are out of Paris, France. I would say Mary Zimmer is pretty significant. She's also my sister. We've done a lot of one-off live and recorded projects, as well as I was a hired guitar player for her band Santa Marta with Eric Tyler. In the Freddie Lee Band, we got some amazing opening gigs for George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic, as well as Trombone Shorty. And my band, the Zimmer Effect, which is my current most active project. I'll send a shout out to the musicians who have made that happen through the years. Longtime drummer and friend Mike LaPlante, as well as Max Morgan, Jenna Radis, and Michael Sodnick. And I've worked with a lot of other people too, but too many to name, so if there's anybody I'm leaving out, I'm very sorry. I love you, and thank you. Musical influences. Boy, oh boy, you ask any professional musician that, and we'll go on and on and on and on and on forever. So I'll try to pick out some significant ones from different points of my life. In my childhood, of course, I grew up with anything 90s R&B and hip-hop, anything 90s grunge rock. In my hippie teenage years, I actually picked up the guitar once and for all because of the Dave Matthews, Tim Reynolds Live at Luther College album. And I followed Fish around a little bit, as well as Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. Later on, I started getting into some heavier stuff like Incubus, Mark Tremonti and any of his projects. Opeth was my gateway to metal. Amazing band. The great songwriters, let's say Stevie Nicks, Bruce Springsteen, Ryan Adams, the great guitar players, let's say Stevie Ray Vaughan, Susan Tedeschi and any of her projects, Prince, David Bowie, Bonnie Raitt. And then I would say some newer ones I'm into are Dallas Green, Leon Bridges, Vintage Trouble, Greta Van Fleet. I'm sure there's a lot of amazing people I'm missing in that list as well. Oh, and my college guitar professors, Steve Peplin and Larry McDonald. And then I want to send a shout out to some music business savvy musicians I really love and have been a huge inspiration. Chris Greenwood, aka Manifest, Leah McHenry, and Ari Herstand. And two of my biggest life influences, my sister Mary and our mom, Susan Miller. What I love most about playing music, besides everything, probably the fact that it's a really, really direct form of communication between human beings that goes beyond political opinion, spoken and written language, race, nationality, religion, anything like that. It's something that two people who might otherwise not be able to relate very well can relate with. So, I mean, I guess they call it the universal language because of that, and I absolutely think that that's true. Music is something that can be very healing and very therapeutic, and I love when I'm playing music, seeing somebody out in the audience and knowing that we're having that connection through music. The achievement that I'm the most proud of, gosh, I mean, probably just making it through 17 years as a professional musician. Pursuing that career has definitely got its ups and downs. It's a heck of a ride, and it's not easy to do. I've made a lot of sacrifices to make it happen, but it's the best thing that I've ever done. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'll do anything to keep it going and have many more years of enjoyment and doing what I'm passionate about. If I had to pick a close second, though, it would probably be my college degrees. In my spare time, which I have very, very little of because I'm always working, you will first of all find me spending time with my amazing and supportive spouse because we don't get enough time to spend together. You'll also find me possibly traveling, camping. I love cooking. I gotta visit friends and family as much as possible because I don't get enough of that either, so hopefully some good times with them. What advice would I have for upcoming musicians? Well, I think the most important one, number one, is that if this is something that you're passionate about, if this is something that you know you have to do in your heart and soul, then you need to do it. 100%, no holds barred, right now, do it. The sooner the better. I sincerely believe that if everybody did what they were passionate about, and I'm not talking about talent, I'm talking about what you love and want to do in your heart and soul, then we would have enough people to do everything that needs to be done. The talent and better abilities will come with time and practice. The money and making a living, etc., will come. So don't worry about that, just go for it, please. And the second bit of advice is that if there is something that you want to do in your life or within your career, if there's a goal you want to accomplish, ask the people who have already accomplished that how they did it. Those people are going to give you the best advice that will get you on the most direct pathway to your goal. Don't listen to the naysayers. Okay, listen to the people who are already doing it. They believe in what you're doing. Well, thanks for getting to know a little bit about me today, and thanks Tunedly for everything you're doing for me and the awesome songwriters I get a chance to work with, and I will see you around.